Welcome to another episode of Beneath the Surface Gems. We are continuing our conversation on living a purposeful life with author and politician Krystal Tomlinson. This week, we look at the importance of being aware of the stories you tell yourself about you. Hello everyone, I'm Kadene Chambers and welcome to Beneath the Surface Gems. Today we continue our conversation with Krystal Tomlinson on living a purposeful life through killing fear, also the title of her book. Krystal wears multiple hats: communications consultant, internationally ranked speaker, author, mother, and politician, and other things as well. Today though, we will be looking at killing fear through paying attention to what we tell ourselves. Krystal, share with us how what we believe about who we are and what we can achieve enable fear and hold us back.
It's important that you give yourself a rhythm and an energy, and nothing is more powerful than sound. Hearing something vibrates on every level. You can hear a voice and the hair stands up on your skin. You feel something in your stomach. There's a rush of wind that just hits you based on the power of the voice, the tone of it, the quality of what you're hearing can change your perspective entirely. We've had that happen where somebody says the right thing at the right moment and it just moves us at our core. Our voice is the first voice we hear every morning, throughout the day, during the nights when we're dreaming. That's our inner voice talking to us. And it's conditioning our psyche and our mind, telling us what we deserve to have, what we don't deserve to have, who we are not, what we can do and what we could never accomplish. So it's very, very important that the first voice you hear is a voice of compassion and empathy. It's a voice of love and patience and understanding. It's a voice of honesty too, but not with intention to rip yourself to shreds, but to just honestly assess who you are and what you need to do to get to where you need to go. So it's about proper emotional hygiene. When you have good hygiene internally and emotionally, you're better able to heal those wounds, because a lot of us have emotional and psychological scars that we didn't pay attention to, not even a band-aid we didn't put over them. We were just hoping that time would cover those scars. But you have a voice that can be part of the healing. And so it's important that you choose a healing tone and a narrative of love and something much more compassionate than being self-deprecating and self-defeating in how you talk to yourself, because that will determine whether or not you get out of bed.
How do we change the stories that we tell ourselves? So in other words, if we haven't been kind with the story, with what we tell ourselves and what we believe about ourselves, how do we now change that? What can we do?
So first you have to identify what that negative self-talk has been. Some of our biggest fears are birthed inside our own house, our own brains. We told ourselves things, we held on to experiences and negative experiences more than positive ones, because that's how the brain functions. So we're holding on to a lot of trauma coming from childhood through painful relationships, and we haven't decided how we want to move on, if we want to move on. So the first thing we have to do is identify, what have I allowed those experiences to teach me? Some of us will say, it's taught me not to trust anybody. It's taught me not to take any risks. It's taught me that I must stay in my lane because some things are for me and some things are just never going to be for me because I don't deserve it. What lessons did you choose to learn in those painful moments? And then ask yourself, but could we find more positive lessons as well? Because life, again, you get to choose the perspective. Do I want to choose how this memory makes me feel? How will I allow it to make me feel? Well, I will feel an energy of forgiveness because I was only 6 years old and I didn't get a choice to experience this. This was put on me and I forgive myself. And a lot of the times we have the victim energy that we carry, that because it happened to us, sometimes we are the wrong ones to have made it happen. So you have to choose the voice that you're going to talk to yourself with through those reflections. And then you have to remind yourself in a powerfully affirming way every single day, who am I? Who am I? You have to have a definition of self. I meet too many persons who, if I ask them who they are, the sum total really is the name, where they were born, their date of birth, and their profession, and whether or not they have children and are married. But beautiful warrior, you're so much more than that. You are so much more than that. And you have to learn to define yourself in those terms. So when you hear the negative self-talk coming, you can beat it back with that powerful definition of self. So I choose to say, I am deliberate, I'm daring, and I'm dynamic. So whatever challenge meets me, I know who I am and how I should be dealing with it because of who I am. I'm a child of God. I was made in His image. So I am a creator. I don't have to conform.
Thank you so much for sharing these gems with us, Krystal.